The Corn School on RealAgriculture.com is brought to you by BASF and Pride Seeds. Mo, corn is king. Corn drives everything. All the other commodity groups are looking at what is going to happen to corn because it's going to lead the market. Where is corn going as we head into harvest 2012?
Well, USDA came out with the WASDE report today for September, and they disappointed. Came out with ending stocks at 733 million. They massaged the balance sheet a little bit. Market disappointed with harvested acres. The market was looking for another reduction of 1.2 million. They didn't get that. Yield came in at 122.8. That was a little bit higher than what the market was looking for at 126, but still lower than last month at 123.5. But ending stocks at 733 came above expectations of 620. Last month was 650, largely because of higher ending stocks for 11-12, where we rationed a lot of ethanol export demand. It came in at 1.181 billion bushels versus a billion bushels that the market was looking for. So overall, here's the bottom line. Unless the USDA is willing to lower the pipeline minimum threshold of 650 million, if they can't go any lower than that, and I don't think they can, just because they don't want to continue to add more fire to the food ethanol debate, I think you put a cap on corn prices around $8. Now, if soybean prices are going to move up here because we have to do some further rationing demand, I think corn futures could follow temporarily, but on any bounces I'd be a seller. If you do approach 18.50 on beans, I'd be a seller. As we go into 2013, so unless you think that the combine in the States, which is currently 15% harvested, which is a record by the way, unless that combine yield comes in way below this 120, I think the market's trading in this 10.5 billion bushel crop, unless you can get the production down below 10 billion, which some private analysts are at, and that still may happen over the next 2-3 months, I think the cap is $8 for corn. If you look at a daily chart, it's rolling over. It may be breaking below that 50-day moving average, and that's very, very bearish. As you go into 2013, I think corn has to buy some acres there, so it's being supported in that 660, but that's a good start if you're looking at booking some 2013 corn bushels.
Shouldn't be a challenge for corn to buy acres as we head into 13, should it?
The problem is this: the U.S. farmer, according to this Farm Futures Survey, is suggesting 93 million acres in corn and 78 million in beans. It was a surprise to me because the trade was looking for 97 to 100 million. And by the way, there's probably enough seed to plant 93, 97, or 100. But the farmer is getting frustrated. 2 years in a row, kind of dry. The corn on corn acres that the farmer in the U.S. has been planting 2, 3, 4 years in a row, just not producing the yields. They're throwing in the towel. They're basically saying, I don't know what else to do. So we're going to go back to beans. There was a rootworm disease pressure this year, which is causing a lot of these guys to rotate, obviously natural rotation purposes. I think also, you know, a lot of these, they didn't win the lottery this year in the United States. There's a lot of farmers hurting, and so maybe they want to take a little bit more conservative approach. They don't want to pay the high expensive fertilizer seed costs, and so for next year maybe they thought, oh, okay, you know, maybe we'll plant more beans, we'll take a break for a year. So those are kind of some of the arguments as to why we're throwing a little bit more at beans. But you're right, over the next few months we'll see how that all plays out. I think December 13th corn futures probably need to buy a little bit more. 93 is enough. It depends on what you put in that balance sheet if you get a normal growing season, but honestly, you know, folks, it's up to Mother Nature again going into, it's a flip of the coin. If we don't get the snow this winter, the spring rains, it's very dry. Watch that North American drought monitor. It's very red right now. At the beginning of the year it was white. If it doesn't turn white again, we got problems.